What's up, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with NIO, Tesla SPY, and the overall markets. I want to break down what's happening with the economic calendar moving forward and talk about other factors out that could be affecting the markets. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice whatsoever. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. Anyways, as far as NIO is going, we have a nice double bottom like structure that's been developing, and the 4 hour does look a bit more bullish alongside the daily charts. Now, as the market tries to bounce, I think that there's a good chance that NIO could attempt to get up to 4.8. And we break that resistance very close to our 50 EMA, we could be looking for the fives very soon. Now, I'll break down more details about this in just a couple of minutes, but just know this. As far as the market is going, there's been a lot of talk about how NIO has a lot of potential in 2025. Many different analysts are saying that it's a nice buy, especially considering the fact that their power swap stations are just continuing to expand. If you look at them in China, they've opened their 3,000th power swap station and they're continuing to grow. They're also growing in the Middle East and they're going to continue to expand these different markets as time goes on. So I consider that very, very bullish. I think that the way it's going to go is they're going to be working on scaling. They're going to be opening another factory. And as they scale, they're going to get closer and closer to profitability. They're telling us that by 2026, so by next year, they should be profitable. In early next year, I think we're very close to that. And I think that's going to be a big game changer for the share price. So by buying the share price at these lows, even if it's like fluctuating at these low levels for another couple of months, right? That's a good opportunity. You have to remember it's a very, very, very big opportunity at how undervalued this share price is compared to where it was in the past. And they're starting to get closer to Tesla's numbers from many years ago. So at one point, Tesla was delivering about 250,000 vehicles. Then they reached 500,000. Then they reached a million, and so on and so forth. NIO is currently in the 200,000s per year, and by next year they're expecting about almost 400,000 plus. And then within a couple of years they're going to be reaching the million per year. I believe they will be achieving that in a couple of years. So they're getting very, very close to hitting those numbers, and their margins are going to be improving as that really continues. So betting on NIO is like betting on the fact that they will get profitable, at least very soon. I think they will eventually achieve that as time goes on, and I think it's very, very bullish. I also think that this is just a really good opportunity at these low share prices, and for the short term there is still a lot of opportunity looking at this chart. So I'll talk more about the charts in just a minute. Just know when it comes to news, I'm not really seeing anything too crazy other than the fact that the news headlines are reiterating what was said during NEO Day, and then also because of their deliveries. And then volume is only at about 35.5 million. I hope this starts going up as time goes on. Besides that, as far as NEO goes, we have Goldman Sachs giving them accelerating, but nothing has been updated since then. The price-price ratio is also going up a bit, so I hope that improves things for the company. As far as the market is going, we are seeing the start of a potential rebound as we're seeing the Nasdaq trying to bounce back, being led by Nvda. There's a good chance that we could try to continue this going into next week, which could help a very, very big variety of stocks. On top of this, I just want to say that tomorrow is going to be Monday, January 6th, 2025. Just know that we have Cook from the Fed giving a speech at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have the S&P Global Composite PMI report at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So look for some volatility at that time. Besides that, there's nothing else that's too crazy that's coming out. The market was extremely fearful. Once we hit those extremes, we do tend to see the market reverse. And that's what happened so far. The market saw a small reversal on Friday, and there's a good chance it may try to continue to get closer to neutral. Momentum is at fear. It used to be at extreme fear. Now it's just at fear, and this is going to try to turn back up because of the S&P 500 bouncing near its 125 daily moving average. The put to call option ratio is at neutral, so it's in the middle, and we'll have to see if this goes up a little bit, or if it gets a big rejection. Ever since people started buying a lot more puts, we start to see the market makers squeeze them, and there's a good chance that this might start dipping if we end up seeing the market continuing. The VIX is also starting to dip. It has gaps to fill below, which makes me suspect the market may try to push higher. Lastly, I just want to say that as far as earnings goes, there's nothing too significant coming out for tomorrow. But as the days go on, we have more coming out, such as like Jeffries and a few more like Delta. Some could be played, but for the most part, they're very minor. The week after this week, that's when we have big earnings coming out, like the big bank earnings. So just keep that in mind and mark your calendars. Anyways, now let's just focus on the share prices. So looking at NIO, I see the potential for 4.8. If we break that, I think this could be trying to push closer to $5 flat. I think there's a lot of potential in this chart, and I think there's a good chance we test 4.8 going into tomorrow. The daily looks a lot stronger, and when you look at the 4-hour time frame, whoops, let me go to the 4-hour, not the 3-hour. But the 4-hour is showing some strength as well. So if you look at this like this, we are building this momentum right over here. I think there's a good chance that this will continue this push. We're holding above our 50 EMA quite well, and there's a good chance that this is like a double bottom structure right over here, and then that could lead to a, what's known as a big W. This is like a big W shape, and if we break past resistance, we're looking for 4.8 near the 200 EMA, and if that breaks, we're looking for the fives. So I most definitely see the potential in this, in my personal opinion. As far as SPY goes, okay, I'm seeing something very similar going on. SPY on the 4 hour is looking a bit more bullish, and we are approaching our key resistance around that 592 area. If we break this, we're looking for 593.5 near the 50 EMA. If that breaks, I think we easily go up to about 595, then eventually back up towards where this imbalance is, just under 598. So I see potential for us to push towards those resistances, at least 593.5 or above. And I think that although there is a large head and shoulders on the 4 hour, yes, it could still play out. But for the shorter term, I do see this trying to push into like the mid to high 590s or above. And we'll see if we invalidate this or not. For now, look for a push and we'll see if you reject near 598 to 600. If you reject there, we could be coming back down. But if we break that, we're just going to continue to squeeze to much higher levels. So for now, look for an attempt to get up to about 593.5, then 595. If that breaks, we're looking for 598. I think we look more bullish on SPY, and I think we go up to at least 598. For ES, we look a bit more bullish. We're testing our resistance around that 59.95 area. If that breaks, we're looking for 6,000 to hold. We might dip here, then try to continue to push. The head and shoulders is still present, but here's the thing. The market's trying to bounce off a double bottom. This makes me think that we might be pushing to about 6,025, and then we'll see if you reject or not. So give this some time to develop. For Nvda, just know that Nvda is doing a good job as well at trying to hold up. I'm going to be looking to see if we could, get back up to about 146 as our potential targets. The reason I say that is because we formed a very, very nice looking inverse head and shoulders, and I think that we've done a very, very good job at seeing that attempting to pan out. So as far as Nvidia goes, just know that we're waiting very, very soon just to see if we get that breakout and just to see if we could get back up towards those higher levels. Sorry, I think my chart froze for a second. I think now it should be showing for you guys. I do apologize about that. So this is going to go for 146. If that breaks, we're looking for 148 and 150 is our targets. I most definitely see potential in this, so we'll see how it ends up going here. Just know that this is doing a great job so far. Looking back at others out there, such as Bitcoin. Bitcoin also has like a nice cup and handle like pattern. I think that we could be approaching 99,000. If that breaks, we're looking for 100,000 as our next potential target or above. So I see potential on Bitcoin on the 4 hour time frame. For others out there, we have Tesla. Tesla's doing a good job. Now, it dumped really hard after deliveries came out, unfortunately, but what's very good about it is the fact that we've reclaimed our 20 EMA. So as long as we hold above 410 and the 4 hours looking bullish right over here, volume is going to likely start to come back, and we're going to be looking for attempts to get to about 418. And if 418 breaks, okay, I think there's a very, very good chance that we try to push up towards the next resistance in that 420 area. Then we have 425 to 428, which is where this gap happens to be. So I think Tesla could be pushing to the very high 420s if we try to reclaim at the very least 418 to 420. If we reclaim that, we're going to be pushing to about 428. So I think we go to at least 420, and then we'll see if we break past it or not. If so, we have a lot of gaps to fill on the daily. I think it looks more bullish. For others out there, such as NQ, we look more decent. We're hitting resistance at our 50 EMA at 21,550. Might dip a little bit to about 21,400. Then we'll see if we break past this. If we break this, we could try to push a little bit more. We have a double bottom here. I'm hoping that this tries to bounce here, try to get back up to about 21,000. 650. So look at this resistance. This is not looking as strong as the S&P 500, but I do think this could dip in and attempt a breakout. Looking at the Nasdaq on the QQQ, the same thing is going on. It looks a little bit stronger. We're looking for a test of 520. We'll have to see if we could break that. If that breaks, I think we go all the way up to about this 522.5 areas resistance. Then we have 525 is the next one after that. So I see some more upside potential as long as we don't end up losing 517. For now, this does look like it wants to push a little bit higher for about 523 than 525. So we'll see if you reject or not off that resistance. For Aapl, we're holding support very nicely at this very, very key level. We have 241 to 242 is our main support at the 200 EMA. As long as we hold that, we're looking for a rebound back up to about 245. So we'll just have to see how things end up going from here. For the IWM Russell 2000, we look more bullish. We're looking for an attempt at 224.76 if this breaks. We're looking for 226 as our target. So overall, although there was a downtrend, we're going to be watching to see if this could end up breaking, and then we'll have to see how things end up going from here. As far as coin goes, coin is looking more bullish. we are looking at 274 as our main resistance. If that breaks, we're looking for an attempt to get back up to about 280. And if we lose support down here around this 268 area, we're going to be turning back down to about 263. So in my opinion, I think that this is looking more bullish, and we could be looking for essentially 276 as our target. For Amazon is looking a little bit more bullish. We have 223.5 as our main support. As long as you hold this, we could be looking for an attempt to get back up to 226. Overall, this is technically on a downtrend, but there will be an attempt to push higher for at least 226, which is where this imbalance is. And then we'll see if we reject or not, but I do see a little bit of upside potential. Meta, on the other hand, is not looking as great. It is fighting some tough resistance, but I'm hoping we try to get back above 610. We're in a range between 598 and 610 right now. Might dip and retest 600 before it tries to bounce for the 610s, so just keep that in mind. For Microsoft, we look a bit more bullish. I would like to see us try to hold above 425. As long as we're above that, we're looking for 428 as our targets. For Google, we look a bit more decent. There was this head and shoulders like pattern, but now we're not really losing our EMAs. We're holding above 192 quite well, which makes me think that this could be pushing for 195 plus. So as long as we don't lose 192, I think that we could be bouncing for 195 plus, and this could be forming a nice accumulation right over here, which may lead to more upside. With that being said, I also want to call out that the VIX has a bunch of gaps to fill below, and it's showing a weakness after getting a big rejection. So if you guys look, there's like one gap here, there's another one down here in the 12s, in the 13s, and the 14s. That makes me suspect the VIX is going to be dipping a little bit more closer to about the 14s. And then that could be a signal that the market is going to be pumping a little bit more, which could be helping stocks like NIO. I'm hoping that NIO could break 4.8. I think we're going to be testing that tomorrow. If we break that, we're looking for us to get close to 5. We'll see if we break resistance. So far, we're doing a good job at trying to hold up. So let's see if the market helps NIO. That's my view. As long as we don't lose 4.5, I do favor upside for NIO. So let's see a test of 4.8, and we're going to be looking for a bigger push. With that being said, the market looked a bit more bullish just temporarily. Not saying it's going to last forever, but the odds do favor a bounce for tomorrow. Anyways, I thank you all so much for listening. Please have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys very soon with another update in just about a day from now. Until then, take care and peace out.